Welcome to Unleashing Human Potential, a leadership insight series from ATW Training Solutions, where we share practical leadership ideas to help you empower your people, elevate performance, and build stronger organizations. Each episode delivers a quick leadership insight you can use immediately.
Hi, I'm Todd McDonald, founder and president of ATW. Let's unleash the potential in you, your people, and your business. Early in my career, I worked with a leader who had all the signs of authority. They had a big office, an impressive title, clear control, and every decision ran through them. And on paper, things looked successful. Deadlines were met, goals were achieved, people followed instructions. Well, at least for a while. But over time, we could feel that something was missing. In meetings, people stayed quiet. No one brought forward new ideas. And when challenges came up, employees did the minimum required, but rarely more. There was compliance, but there wasn't commitment. That leader had position, but they didn't have influence, and there's a big difference. John Maxwell says it this way: leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. And I saw that principle come to life when another leader joined the same organization. The leader approached things very differently. They didn't start by issuing directives. They started by asking questions. They took time to get to know people personally and professionally. They listened, really listened. And they spent time helping people grow instead of simply telling them what to do. Same organization, same challenges, different leadership approach. And slowly, the culture shifted. People started contributing ideas without being asked. Collaboration improved. Employees took ownership of problems instead of waiting for instructions. And something else happened that really stood out to me. People stayed engaged during difficult situations, not because they had to, but because they trusted the leader. Now, that's the power of influence. Influence changes the way people show up, and this lesson matters even more today. Because one of the biggest workplace trends right now is employee disengagement. Studies continue to show that many employees feel disconnected, not necessarily from the organization, but from their leaders. People want more than direction. They want trust, they want connection, development, and most importantly, they want purpose. And leaders who rely only on authority struggle to create those things. Because position may give you power, but relationships create influence. Let me give you another quick example. We recently worked with a department leader who was frustrated because their team wasn't taking initiative. Every problem kept coming back to the manager. Every decision required approval. The leader kept saying, "Why won't they step up?" But after observing the team dynamics, the answer became really clear. The employees had been conditioned to wait. The leader controlled everything, every decision, every conversation, every solution. The team wasn't disengaged because they didn't care. They were disengaged because they didn't feel ownership. So the leader made a shift. Instead of immediately solving problems, they started coaching through them. Instead of giving answers, they asked questions like, "What do you think we should do?" Or, "What options have you considered?" Or maybe even, "How can I support you?" And over time, the team became more confident, more capable, and more engaged. Why? Because the leader moved from controlling people to developing people. And that's where real influence grows. People trust leaders who invest in them. When employees believe that you care about their growth, you value their perspective, you want them to succeed, they become far more willing to follow your leadership. Not because they have to, but because they want to. If you remember nothing else, let this sink in. Position may create short-term compliance, but influence creates long-term commitment. And influence isn't built through control. It's built through trust, relationships, consistency, and development. So here's your challenge this week. Choose one person on your team and intentionally invest in them. Not around a project, not around a deadline, around them. Schedule a conversation and ask them, "What's going well? Where do you want to grow? How can I better support you?" Then listen carefully, because leadership influence grows one relationship at a time. And ask yourself this important question: if your title disappeared tomorrow, would people still follow you? Because real leadership doesn't come from the role you hold, it comes from the influence you build every single day.
Thanks for listening to Unleashing Human Potential, a leadership insight series from ATW Training Solutions. For more leadership insights and resources to help you develop your people and strengthen your organization, visit atwtraining.com. Until next time, keep leading, keep growing, and keep unleashing human potential.